Welcome into Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. Happy Monday, everyone. I am Harrison Graham, back with another episode here on today's show. And on today's show, we got some rumors to hit for this offseason. We'll start with Draymond Green. Could Dre be coming to Dallas after this season? He's been linked to Dallas over the past couple of weeks. We'll dissect it here coming up in just a moment. But first, hit that subscribe button. News, rumors, draft, free agency coverage, all offseason long. It's youtube.com/MavsTV. Join the family here on Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. That way you never, ever miss a video. You look at Draymond Green's resume. It's obviously appealing, right, from a winning standpoint. Four-time NBA champ. He's been an all-star 4 times, defensive player of the year. He's always one of the best defenders in the NBA, Olympic gold medalist twice as well. He's certainly been the glue, if you will, to that Warriors team. But then you look at kind of like the numbers and you're like, okay, like is this? I've always wondered this about Draymond. Is he as impactful anywhere else in the NBA? Because you look at the raw stats, you're like, okay, yeah, he does a little bit of everything, but he doesn't do anything at an elite level other than defend, perhaps. Although I don't know if he still defends at a peak level. Let's talk about some pros and cons. Here are some pros. Helps your defense out tremendously. Can defend really all 5 positions if you need him to. Second offensive initiator. He can run the offense. He's going to give you 6 to 8 assists per game. He's a leader. He's going to hold you accountable. So that's a positive for the most part as well. Cons, he's 33. He's getting older. He wants a max deal. And again, it goes back to the Warriors fit. Like, does he fit elsewhere? I don't know the answer to that. I think he is definitely the best he could be in Golden State. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that's kind of backed into a Hall of Fame career. I mean, my God, the guy's gotten to play with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant and be coached by Steve Kerr. I'm not saying Dre hasn't had a good career. I'm just saying, like, he gets drafted by Sacramento. Like, is he even in the league still? Like, it's an honest question I've always wondered about. But, hey, I mean, that's why they call it destiny, I suppose. The guy just fell into their laps in the second round. I've never been a huge fan. This would be classic Mavs to be like, yeah, we're going to get Draymond and try and replicate that. And then he's just average here, and he's too old. So what do you guys think? Should the Mavs pursue Draymond Green? Let me know in the comments. Type Y for yes. You can type in for no. Do you think the Mavericks should pursue Draymond? I'm not interested. I'm sure as hell not interested on a max contract. But let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Y for yes or in for no. We got some Luka Doncic t-shirts for 30% off. These are some new ones. Look at these. These are pretty sweet, man. Chatsports.com/Doncic. Got to support our guy Luka here. Tough year for the boys all around, but get this tee, man. Go rock it. Chatsports.com/Doncic. Link is in the comments and in the description. Go get you a Luka tee today. Let's talk about Cam Johnson, a player I would be more interested in, although it sounds like he's going to get a huge deal. Sounds like he could get up to $90 million as a restricted free agent. Houston Rockets, who just hired Nick Nurse as we're filming this video, as their head, or Ime Udoka, as their head coach. As we film this, Johnson apparently going to be a target for the Rockets as a 3-and-D player. Restricted free agent with Brooklyn coming up. Here's Michael Scotto on Cam Johnson. 6 NBA execs who spoke with HoopSite project Johnson to earn a deal in the neighborhood of 4 years and $90 million in free agency. Several teams are expected to have interest in Johnson as a restricted free agent. Could the Mavs be one of those? Well, they would certainly have to work some cap magic, move some things around. You'd probably have to dump one of, if not both, Tim Hardaway and Davis Bertans. Have to find suitors for them. You've got Kyrie's bird right, so you can go over on that. But you would definitely have to move some other things around. I would love to have Cam Johnson. He really took his game to another level in Brooklyn because he was asked to do more, and he still did it at an efficient level. This year shot 40% from 3, 47% from the field, 15.5 points. He's really Dorian Finney-Smith with more offensive game. I mean, that's kind of what you're getting here. He can play 3, he can play the 4, stretches the floor well. He became a better all-around offensive player in Brooklyn. Now, I would have to think that the Nets would want to keep him and kind of keep this young nucleus together with, Thank you, Mikal Bridges. Sorry about that. Along with Cam Johnson as well, and then ultimately, try to get a superstar in there also to help replace KD and Kyrie. But I gotta think Brooklyn will want to keep him. But if he gets priced out, could Dallas be one of those teams? Maybe. There is a separate report that the Nets could shop Dorian Finney-Smith before he asks. The Mavs cannot trade to bring him back until, a full calendar year later, Coop? So, or he gets traded to someone else. So, if he got traded tomorrow, then the Mavs could trade for him at the deadline or something like that. But that's not going to be the case. Do you want Cam Johnson? Type S for sign or P for pass. I like him. I think he's a really, really, really good role player. I don't think he's a star, but I think he certainly can be a starting level player, and he would help this team defensively. I would rather get Cam Johnson than Draymond Green, considering their age difference. Trade for Rudy Gobert. Let me sigh here. Producer Coop wanted to talk about it on the show today, and my God, how bad has this been for Minnesota with him? I am convinced they are better off without him, and they traded the house to go out and get him. Let's just revisit that trade, because I think the T-Wolves could try to right that wrong this offseason. The Jazz ended up getting Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, Patrick Beverly, Balmero, you get Walker Kessler, 4 first-round picks, and a pick swap for Rudy Gobert. I mean, are you serious right now? There is no way, if they could redo that trade, that they would do it. I mean, just an absolute disaster on so many fronts for Minnesota. He's obviously a good player, 13.5 points, over 11 rebounds. He's going to block and alter some shots, but if you're asking me if I want the Mavs, I wouldn't trade half of that for Rudy Gobert. I don't even know if the Mavs have half of that to trade in the first place. Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. He's been all defense several times. 3-time All-Star. Again, he's a good player, but you're giving up that much for a guy who's never even a 15-point scorer, and he's got this contract. For Dallas, no thank you, not interested. I would rather have Draymond Green, and that's saying a lot, because you guys know me. I'm not a Draymond guy, but I would rather pay Draymond Green than trade for Rudy Gobert. I just don't think he is going to solve all of the Mavs' problems. He would help. He's going to rebound, going to block some shots, but man, $40+ million per year over the next 3 years. I'm just not that interested. Now, Bleacher Report cooked up this trade idea: Hardaway, Bertans, and a first for Gobert. That trade package isn't horrific, but are the T-Wolves going to take that little a year after trading everything for Rudy Gobert? Coop thinks they might. I guess I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't do coveted Gobert. I can't get behind it. Again, the T-Wolves went all in on this, and they got worse this year. I don't know. I'm just not about it. What do you think? Would you accept this trade? A for accept, D for decline. Producer Coop's in, right? Coop's in. Look, I'll say this. The only reason I would slightly consider it is because Bertans sucks. Hardaway is just okay. And then, first round pick, it's one pick. But again, I'd almost rather just draft a player. I don't know. I'm conflicted when it comes to Gobert. I'd rather use that pick and those players to trade for something else. But this is the Cuban show, so anything could happen in Dallas. All right, we're out of here. MFFLs. Type MFFL, Mavs Fan for Life, in the comments. More videos to come. Enjoy your day. We'll see you guys soon.